there's no illegal.
He did not say to raid the building. He
No,
never
he didn't say
said
to
when to go
raid.
in the building.
No,
But
it's
he
not even
led
raid.
people there.
The thing is, if they go to the outside of the building, the psyop was already filmed. They already filmed it at a previous date. So they just pieced together stuff, like the guy with the hat, the fur hat. All that was pieced together. All they have to do is stand outside, and now they're lumped in with the asshole with the buffalo hat. Everyone's lumped in with him. So the psyop worked just by having people standing around. They don't have to be inside, like, causing chaos. Like, the ones inside are the agent provocateurs. Those are the guys doing the psyop. But outside, those are just useful idiots just standing around. But he told them to go to the Capitol, so now they have a huge amount of people standing around doing nothing, and they're all lumped in as domestic terrorists for just being, for following his orders. Okay, go down there and do this. But first of all, it's a public building. It's like going to your public library. Are you an insurrectionist if you go to a public library? That's a public building. There's nothing, even if they do go in there, there's no crime. That's their building as part of the public. So the whole story is just bullshit on so many levels.
And
Trump was.
they had the same excuse as 9/11 because it was the whole thing. So he told them to go down there, or not maybe directly, but I remember he sort of like insinuated for people to pretty much go down that way, and then they all did. And then they had people that let them in and just kind of let the whole thing take its course. But they claimed that they couldn't get the backup they needed, and all of this happened because there was a flaw in their security thing. The same way there was a flaw in their security when 9/11 happened, and they just like couldn't respond quick enough, or like something just happened to fail. They always pull that card.
There was people just looking around. They had like the velvet rope, like they were at a museum. They weren't touching anything. They're just staying between the velvet ropes, just walking around sightseeing. Like, oh, we're in D.C. Let's have a look around. Let's see what the Capitol looks like. And they had every right to. But they just got lumped in, and it was just, they cut the footage with their pre-recorded PSYOP footage. They cut it in and mixed it together and presented it in little 30-second little sound bites on the media. And voila, there you have domestic terrorist, insurrectionist. Like all
the reason why all this happened is because Trump was always part of the whole thing. He was from the beginning. He was called into presidency for this purpose because the people on the right do not believe anything that Obama sells or even Clinton sells, right? So the people who believe in flat earth and the people who question everything, they're not going to believe the leftist governments and even the right-wing Bushes and all that because he started wars. So they needed a character who could actually, like the Pied Piper thing that you just said, who could actually, pull all these rats into one place and then, drag them into hell. So that's exactly what he did. You remember all the vaccination and everything happened under the presidency of Trump. I mean, not really. Biden also came in. But still, the whole pandemic thing, it took place under Trump, basically, the whole thing. So
I knew that.
It was a build-up for him.
I knew he was that, and like it did. But before I found out the flat Earth, I didn't know that. In 2015, I didn't know that about Trump. That's so he wrote.
The point was to vaccinate the right wingers as well, because the right wing is more Christian. They are more inclined towards Christianity, and so those people are not going to buy the vaccine and the jabs that Obama sells or even Biden or Hillary sells. So in order to vaccinate those people, you need someone who talks like them, who acts like them. You know what I mean? In order to make them think that he's cleaning the swamp. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, he's part of it, man. He's definitely part of it, and that's why I don't like flat earthers who don't get it. Like, no, but Trump, we still got to get Trump to win. I'm like, no, we're fucking. They're gonna put whoever they want. If they want him in, that's who you'll get. But it ain't gonna make a difference. You're still gonna get fed a bunch of shit. There's still gonna be some bad shit. I knew right away when Trump was president, and I saw it was what was it? It was a city in California. I think it was Santa Rosa. It was like 2017, and they hit it with a DEW weapon. And then they hit Paradise under Trump. They hit them both, but the first one I think was Santa Rosa. And I think it was around 2017 or 2016. It was around that. And I'm like, well, Trump is president. Why the fuck is this happening? And that's when the whole fucking illusion broke down, for me, at least.
Bro, it's not just the Trump thing. All the dictators are so-called dictators. They're not dictators. They're all secularist, democratic people who are working for the establishment. All of them, across the world. Putin, the Putins, the Erdogans, and all these people, they're all working together on this. I mean, you looked
Well, I
at it.
know.
I
We
mean, when
know
you
that,
talk,
dude. Yeah, we know that
yeah.
now. I mean, I'm talking what 8 years ago. Everyone
No,
here knows that.
I have been saying this thing ever since I was I think since 2015, and I said that this guy was fake to my
Well,
friends,
yeah, I
to
mean,
my American friends. They did not believe it.
yeah,
That's the
it's
thing.
easy now. Yeah, even back then, I kind of figured it out. Like right after the fact, once these things happen, I'm like, he's not our fucking guy. This is like, there's nothing
Yeah,
changing.
but now it is too late, right? Because the main thing was to vaccinate and jab all the right wingers. They did it, so this is what it was all about. Their job is
Yeah,
done.
I know, man. We're fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I
Yeah,
I remember back in like 2008, I remember people were all hyped about Obama, thinking that Obama was the new guy, the young guy, and he was going to clean things up. And oh, finally we had this, professional, well-spoken, guy. It's like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. I'm not talking about like the like really aware truth community was saying that, but that was back in 2008, so it wasn't. It was different back then as
they
well.
do it to both
But
sides, Gio.
I'm just
That was
saying,
the
I just
whole.
remember people like just getting all hyped and like all this hope, and it's just like now looking back on that, it's like for Obama, oh man, he's
See, but
right in there with them. But they tried to sell him like he was going to clean up the swamp or whatever.
it was because Bush. It was the Bush and Obama are best friends, right? Like there's pictures of Big Mike and George Bush. Like Michael Robinson has his arm around George Bush, and
Yeah,
their
but
buddy
back
Mike.
then, like
No, I
sorry.
know.
Well, we didn't
No,
have as much access to the internet to actually, to figure more stuff out and to connect with each other. So it's like all we could go off is their story, and the story they were giving us didn't really reveal that as much back then to a lot of people. I'm saying like you had to
it
probably
was
dig
harder
even
to
deeper.
connect the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, way harder.
Bush was always, part of the Yale Society. I mean, SNB. You know what I'm talking about? He was always, one of those initiates, one of the bonesmen. So it's not even surprising. Bush was always part of it. His father, HW, was also part of it. Even Prescott was part of it. He was one of those people who instigated the Second World War and even the First World War. So yeah. It was always part of the plan. So these people are all working together from the beginning. I mean, the main idea is to, control the people using different methods. Now they're unleashing this whole AI thing. So we all know what it is.
Yeah, for sure. When Obama came around, it was like, and it was kind of different too, or at least I don't think there was like a big, like conservative, like liberal divide there too. So I think most people universally were just looking at it as like a turning point. Like there was going to be some sort of like universal good being achieved, and everyone was like, really on board
Because he's
about
black.
it.
Because he's black. That's the reason why.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really, I mean, seriously, bro. This is the thing. And Obama, by the way, I can talk about Obama all day because the election in which Obama actually won, have you looked at his wife? It's not a woman. I'm pretty sure it's not a woman. It's not actually a woman. It's a man. It is a man. It's not even a joke. It's actually a man pretending to be a woman. It's dressed up as a woman, but in reality, it's a man. And Obama is actually gay. I heard about it from someone. Most of these people are gays, homosexuals, this binary, whatever the fuck, because these people actually follow these kind of things. And now they're unleashing it on the public, forcing it upon your throats, as a fact, because they do it. It is part of their cult. Now it's coming out in the open. Earlier it was a secret. That's exactly what it is.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the thing. They are there. And even most of these people like Taylor Swift and all that, they're not normal. I mean, they're possessed by something. I don't know what. I think it's different demons or, I don't know, gods. Like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, some of them I don't know too much about, but Michelle Obama is like definitely like I think that she's one of the people that has like the most around her for how obviously trans she is, or he.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. He, she, whatever the fuck. And this is a sick bullshit that they are actually promoting, and it's part of the whole thing because the people who control America, are the ones who created America and control it, are the people who actually control the world to some extent, and we all know who that is. I mean, it's obvious. and they are the ones who are actually, doing it. So it's better to get out of there because it's not good. It's not going to be good. The country is going to break apart soon. That is what is going to happen. That's what their plan is. I don't know what's going to happen, but still, that's what their plan is. And up until now, everything has gone according to their plan. If you look at it, it's a ritual thing. 9/11 was not an actual incident. It was a ritual. They blew up buildings. That's what they did. In reality, it was actually a ritual. So every single thing, like the movies, all these events, it's part of the ritual. They're leading up to something. And once that is created, there's no way back, I guess. And his name is Donald Trump. So Trump was basically